How does old money maintain its wealth and social status across generations? Gubernatis, hey! Can you define the term for them? Illuminati.
Illuminati means the illuminated. Illuminated means the enlightened.
The enlightened.
So
You're right.
this is new money.
What do you do? We out here, I'm back again, and I'm
because even Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers in human history, as a bartering system is a myth.
Back again.
Bartering system indeed actually exists.
And I'm back again.
That without giving any solid evidence.
Know what it is. That's how we do a day and see. I'm just gonna comb my hair, money. You home there, it's okay though. You're gonna get there. I'm out here with my nigga care. What you do care? So.
This is the B life, is the real life. It's so bad, sometimes it's so better, sometimes feeling like it's so beautiful. We live in B.
So take us to the days of bartering.
Thank you for mentioning that. Bartering system is a concept that most people don't really know. We did that when we went to our elementary, primary level, high school as well. When they introduced the concept of accounting, business. Bartering, it's as someone here mentioned, that it's the exchange of goods.
It's the exchange of
So if really you need something from someone that they do have, you'd rather compromise actually one of the properties or assets that you have in exchange for that. But that's how actually we're taught. That's the basic of it. But the unfortunate truth about bartering system, I know it might be disturbing. Bartering system is a myth. That actually came by Plato. So Aristotle, rather. Sorry, it is Aristotle. One of the Greek philosophers.
Yeah.
But the one actually who perpetuated it was Adam Smith. Adam Smith actually wrote a book, but him being inspired by Aristotle, saying that in ancient people they used to use the bartering system, the system of exchanging goods. But however, even he noted and quoted that. But Aristotle also said this was an assumption. The assumption on how people actually they used to exchange, or how the economic situation at that time was of exchanging the goods. But Adam Smith is the one actually who put it up front to say that this was true. But also the anthropologists, they say that they have never had any concrete or solid evidence that support the bartering system how they were taught by at school. But rather what they could find is that the recordings of the accounting recording of who actually borrowed who something. I might maybe come to this to desperately actually need something. Probably he has a cow that I might need to slaughter. Then I work in the vegetation. Then I can ask that, okay, in exchange of this I can give you this. So that's how actually they explain about the bartering system. But however, if I need something, then Deuce actually could be able to record, in his accounting record that K is the one actually who took maybe X amount of cows, X amount of livestock,
in exchange of something.
In exchange of...
So like, did they keep the record? So if maybe like we're back in the day now, I don't know, is it 1600 BC? I don't know, yeah, way back. Way back, I was there, So let's say now I pull up to you and be like, okay, bro, this is what I want. I can give you this bull right here, and all I need from you, bro, is 1, 2, 3. Then you'd record that down.
Absolutely.
Why? Because we just made an exchange.
That's why the exchange part actually didn't exist. But
so that's why you're saying it's a myth.
It is a myth.
So when you're saying it's a myth, let's touch on that myth. When you're saying it's a myth, are you saying that bartering never existed? It's just what people are saying back in the day before the money was there. This is how they used to like survive when it comes to purchasing and stuff.
We can say that's actually was conspired. It is because even Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers in human history, as actually he's well actually renounced, he said that it was his assumption, assuming that bartering system actually existed. But even people actually, anthropologists, the economists, they just touch the surface of what Adam Smith actually wrote in his thesis and in his assumption to say bartering system indeed actually existed without giving any solid evidence. But what actually seems like it existed, it is that people that could be able to keep the record.
Yeah.
If you give something to someone, then you just have to keep the record that Deuce actually has took one of my assets. So, but it never existed.
Or maybe okay, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I understand you, man. So then now like, it came to a point whereby okay, still back in the day, it's Bartering, and that's when there's a time when they start realizing, okay, now the value of things. Am I getting to the right path to the value of things? Because now I can't just come with a bull to you and be like, yo, with this bull, bro, I'm finna have chickens. Then you give me 5 chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it was, right, back in the day.
Yeah.
But now you see the value now in today's life. I mean, like it's like 10 grand for a cow, and it's like 150 rands for a live chicken. So if you had like 5 chickens, I don't know how much is it, like 750. You know, like the difference is like 99.999998. Don't go there, you know. So yeah, bro. So like from bartering, they got to introduce coins, right? So from the coins, not from the coins to the coins, in the process, that's when they get to like understand value. So then, did they not understand value back then?
They did understand value. You know, every eon or generation, they set the standard of value. You know, what is valuable, what is not valuable. For example, the ancients, you know, during the before Common Era, salt was the most valuable and expensive commodity.
Yeah,
during the time. We also could find, you know, crystals as well. You know, other stones. You know, the really regarded as precious. You know, and valuable to them at that time. But as the transition went, where people that could be able to see that, then they started to come with the coins. There's now the communal hoards. They started actually to introduce the thing of tax.
Okay, so
taxing the
who
people.
introduced the coins?
So the ones actually introduced the coins, that is why it's the government. The word government also, I just want to get a little bit into it. Government, we know it as like the most common term that we use to think about the government, the one actually governs the country.
Yeah.
They don't tell us actually the honest truth and dive into deep to like, the meaning of the government.
Yeah.
So government, actually, the word is taken from the Greek term. I'm just going to break it.
Yeah.
So it's kubernáo. Kubernáo
Kubernáo.
means it's govern.
Okay.
Then ment means mentis. Kubernáo means to control. Then mentis means the mind. So if you just combine it, it's to control the mind. It means that what they wanted, the government, is the total control of the community.
Of the mind. Of
That is
people's
why,
mind.
yeah.
So that's why like we're so intact to the system. Actually.
That's how it is.
Sorry to disturb.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay because it's also part of the
Yeah.
it's part of the talk also today that, you know, money as well, because money also, the primary objective of it was like to get the total control of the people. You know, the thing of the debts, the thing of the inflation as well, the thing of taxing as well. All these kind of things, when you look at them, you know, it's made actually to control the people, to get the total control. That's why the ideology of the imperialists, they say the rich get richer, but the poor get more poor. Like that, you see. So they introduce actually different classes, but however, only the 1% of the elites who are able to play this game called money, then they're the ones who always become victorious. But the rest of the 99%, then they become victims of the system.
Of the system, because they've been. It's what government? It's what?
Kuveromantis.
Gubernaculum. Hey, stop controlling the mind. We know. You there. Shout out to my Dusky sister. I'm just gonna can't comb my hair and be chopping it up. I'm here with Kay.
Yeah.
You know what I do. That's how we go.
Yeah.
So okay, bro, tell me. So we get to a point whereby now okay, I wanted to ask this. So since the government controlled they took control over people's minds, like control the system, introducing the system, be like, okay, so now we're going to introduce coins. Would we say that the first people to be rich was the government?
It was the kings. It was the kings. It's true that the kings actually, first it was the kings.
How did they accumulate everything? Like all the, so the kings, were they kings before the money, before the coins?
They were kings actually before the money. That is why that the ones who actually are coming with the standards how to control actually the people.
Yeah.
And they come to form this federation or to say the federal, that caused the government, where they can be able to.
Was it created by the kings?
Was created by the monarchies.
The monarchies.
The
Okay,
kings,
this is interesting.
as I said, yeah.
I'm finna dive deep, but it's okay. We're gonna get there, you know. So okay, so everyone who's been associated with the government, living by the government rules, they knew how to accumulate the riches from the government. So, and now, those are the people who actually started old money.
Now we're talking about old money, how it came about. Yeah.
How we came about old money.
Yeah.
So drive me through there. How did you come about old money?
Yeah. So when you think about old money, the first term that comes in my mind is generational wealth. So it means that this is the generational wealth that has been inherited, by the offspring from generation to generation. Like in different kinds of forms. It could be through like different kinds of assets, like properties, as well as coming with the different also laws of loaning the people the mortgage. Now it's speaking about the sustainable wealth, that actually it's a wealth that looks like it's an infinite. It doesn't really end. It is because it's passed from one generation to the other generation to continue with the legacy.
Yeah.
And as the age or the generation evolves, but it's still actually sustainable, still be kept, being sustained and actually kept actually to continue actually bringing a lot of wealth that actually doesn't end.
Yeah.
But the old money, their primary objective, as we mentioned earlier, is to get the total control. That the ones who creating those legislation, in the judicial, about when it comes to the taxation, the loan, there's people that can just break the economic system that could lead us to the global inflation, as we saw what happened in 2008. We saw what happened in 1927 as well. It's the people who want the total control, creating a lot of fiascos, like failures, which they say it fails, global recessions, so that they can put people in desperate situation where people that can bow down to them. So yeah. But I don't know to elaborate on that. But we're going to get to that as we continue.
And so just to wrap it up. Not to wrap it up.
Yeah. Elaborate. Yeah.
Just to squash everything in.
Yeah.
Just to summarize it.
Yeah.
Based on old money, you'd say old money is generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
Accumulated over the past years. Then it's the money that's long money. It's the money that
long
never
money.
end. Eh?
Yeah, never any money.
So, like, I had a question here. I had to jot it down because this is a very sensitive topic when it comes to me and money and riches. Because I'm getting there. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, like, what are some common misconceptions about old money, and how do you think it's oftenly portrayed in a media or popular culture?
It's really negated. It's demonized, because the old money, we know the old gods of the old money. Mentioning a couple of a few, that they are not really public figures. We know public figures, of course.
Just
Bezos,
give us two public.
Elon Musk.
Just give. Shout out to Elon Musk.
Yeah. But there's the public
Elon
figures, however,
Musk.
that the media actually portrays that.
Yeah.
But however, this is not the old money. This is
so
like
Elon Musk is new money, right?
It's new money.
You wanna touch on?
Yeah,
Elon Musk becoming, bro.
But that's going to be that. But
let's talk about old money. Can you
now,
just give me like two most common,
Yeah. The Mr. R's, the Rockefeller and the Rothschild as well.
Mm-hmm.
The old money. So this is the two actually giants, in the economic or federal like society today.
Yeah.
We know very well about how actually they accumulated their money.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to get a little bit in detail about
Yeah, like I want you to touch on the misconceptions.
Misconception about it. Yeah.
About the old money.
So the misconception about it is that how the media portrays such figures, the Rockefeller, the Rothschild, they're seen as the big people, that the villains in this game called money, which they say that they are really, they're the ones who came with things such as like the mortgage loans, the loans as well, tax, creating the federal system, also having the great influence in the the United Nations as well, the IMF, the World Banks. So whenever there's inflation, whenever something is going bad, we always actually see these people as the faults. They're the ones actually who are creating actually such problem in the society. Destabilizing the economy, creating classism. That those actually who are upper, in the tier or like in the echelon, then they're the ones actually who are making more profits. But those who are in the lower, in the base, then they're the ones actually who are suffering more like this. So that we have a wrong perception. That's the wrong perception that people have about the old money. That the people that are evil, they are so conniving.
I was thinking
However,
that, like the Illuminati and shit. So would you say
that's
that?
what I want to get there as well. Yeah. Illuminati as well.
Yeah.
So people have also the wrong perception about Illuminati, because
Yeah.
the term has been negated as well.
Yeah.
It's been seen as a negative term.
Can you define the term for them? Illuminati.
Illuminati means the illuminated. So illuminated means the enlightened.
The enlightened.
So this is the elite actually who knows how to practice this esoteric, or secret rituals. That they can be able to manifest. So they can be able to get what they get. They can be able to manifest actually to create such a lot of money. For example, speaking about the Rothschild and the Rockefeller as well. I'm just going to touch on the Rothschild, for example. There is the misconception when it comes to the Star of David. The Christians, they do have, but that one actually is not the Star of David. It is actually the Star of the Rothschild, the Rothschild dynasty that was actually formed in the 18th century. So how actually they formed it? They formed it through the esoteric practices.
So when you're talking of the esoteric, money is energy built on esoteric. What do you mean? Esoteric.
Okay.
That's a new word for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the exoteric.
It's exoteric or it's esoteric. Is it two words?
Yeah.
There's exoteric and esoteric.
Yeah, there's the dichotomy between the two. There's the exoteric.
I just get busy with the new words, guys.
Okay.
Dictionary.
Okay,
It's cool.
there's a difference between the two. There's the exoteric with EX.
EX, yeah?
Yeah, then there's also the esoteric with ES.
Yeah.
So the exoteric, which is the former, this is the knowledge that is given to the majority of the people.
That's the what?
It's the knowledge that is given to the majority of the people.
Talking about right now, esoteric.
It's exo with
exoteric.
Yeah.
Exoteric.
Let's say
down there, case.
To make it simple, we can say it's the external knowledge.
External knowledge.
That is known by the people, by the global society. The general things.
Okay.
The general practices, the religion, they expose actually to the majority of the people. But there's the esoteric. Now the esoteric, there's the hidden part. It is like the secret, which we call it as a cult.
Which we seek for us to get enlightened.
Yeah, enlightened.
Yeah.
Which you see it as a cult.
Yeah.
Also, the word cult also is negated by the society also. Which a majority of the people, they see it as like demonic. A cult, when you look at the origin of it, the word cult is not demonic. But cult means it is secret, or it is a sacred. They said the word secret comes from sacred. They said the elite, the 1%, they practice those esoteric knowledge. Getting back again to the Rothschild with the Star of David, which they give to the esoteric, the exoteric majority of the people, that it is the Star of David. You can ask any Christian, any Jew that why he says the Star of David. You can show me to the Talmud, to the Tanakh, to the Kabbalah, or to the Bible as well, which is called, which the Christians actually they call. You can never find anything that speaks about the Star of David. It is because the esoteric knowledge, or the elites that they practice, it is the esoteric knowledge that they practice. It's the secret knowledge that actually they practice. That actually this is not the Star of David, but this star is called the Sirius. So the Sirius actually, it's when going back again to the cosmic, it's spirituality.
We're in space now, it's talking about the universe.
Yeah. There's a brightest star in the sky, which is called the Sirius B. So the Sirius B, it's SIRIUS, then B at the end. So this is the brightest star. So it is the brightest star actually that the Rothschild, they used to manifest with it. I'm going to take you a little bit into spirituality. So There's the Asian tribe in Mali, which is called the Dogons. They also, the Dogons actually, they assumedly worshipping the dogs, the dog gods, which again is going to take us to Hamid in Egypt. All this seen as the Sphinx is not the Sphinx, but it's the two actually dogs that symbolizes actually the star. That is why when you look at the dollar bill, also that was made by in the J-Cals by the Rothschild and Rockefeller, it is the eagle eye, the pyramids as well. They say, in God we trust. So when you look at the money that was made, that is controlling the world today, it has a lot of esoteric. That is why a lot of energy is invested there. That's why a lot of people also they are even really enticed, or should I say that they are hooked into money, so that now
They
we see money
fiends.
as more valuable.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you think about it, it's just any piece of paper. But that piece of paper, actually, that's where the esoteric energy, it was established to hook the people so that they can see these as valuable.
But then they start seeking.
Yeah. But these people, however, the old money who created this money, this what you call money today, it is because they wanted actually to total control, as they said, that they wanted actually to control actually the society, to put people into debts, to people actually they can come to take loans,
to govern their mind,
to govern the minds like that,
to stick to the plan.
Yeah,
that was the whole plan.
Yeah, that's what the ultimate plan.
You know,
total control.
So like, how do you think old money still maintains, or should I say, how does old money maintain its wealth and social status across generations?
Yes, the people who created the game, they are also actually going in step with the new developments as well.
So they're upgrading like technology every time as well.
Not per se, but the judicial, so that the judicial actually can be on their side. So
just because of its money,
yeah, because
benefit.
In benefit. See, that is why, as I mentioned about for example, in 1704, they created the Act of Promisy. The Act of Promise is that I borrow actually 20 rand from
from Deuce.
From Deuce, yeah, from Deuce. My apologies. Yeah, I'm borrowing 20 rand from Deuce.
Yeah.
So the promise is that since I borrowed him, then I have to return the 10% of it. So it means that I have to bring back, what is it? 22 rand in return, like that, you see. So that's the Act of Promisy. Which today we call it loan. We call it the loan. The loan actually has charges. The interest as well, like that we see. So even looking at the terms that they use as well, when they wanted to get to that, the currency. Charges, flow as well, like that. All these are the very terms that they use in energy, right? Electricity, energy. It is because these people were very smart, the elites, to know that this is how actually we're going to govern these people. We're going to invest this energy so that they can be able to be hooked, so that we can be able to trust them, with also be controlling the different currencies, the rand, the shilling, the US dollar, the pound, and any kinds of currency that exist in the world. So
now, because I feel like we're a bit deviated and went back.
Deviated on that, yeah.
So can I just bring them back? So I wanted to know, like, how does old money maintain the world? How does it maintain its wealth? And then as well as like the social status across the generation. Like the old money, since we've been accumulating this money from way back, way before you guys were born. I was there. We were there. So way back then, how does it keep maintaining it? How does old money keep maintaining it? How do we keep maintaining the generational?
How they do maintain? Thank you for bringing it back. So it's also true, amending like certain laws in the judicial as well, to also state what is going to be available at this certain duration of time. Then, after the time has passed, then that thing actually will come to lose its value. Then they can come to develop something that could be more valuable to them. But these people, they're very, very well advanced, because they looks like they are futurists. They know very well that what is going to be available in a certain duration of time. That's how we see it. But however, these people, they're the ones who are orchestrating and engineering all those kind of events that are going to happen. This is the oligarch families, they build the dynasties. They come with their children, the offspring, to say that, okay, this is how you run the business. this is how we run the business. So right now, this is like really what is available to society, that we made so available, so we can be able to accumulate more wealth. So we get people that can come to us, they can beg loans, with money that doesn't exist. We can just control them. But as we come in a future generation, and also we're going to innovate, other strategies, to come with things that will be available also to the society. But, since we're going to leave you with that wealth, then just continue with it, maintain it, and also use the same strategy, using the same strategy that in this certain duration, 2050, for example, this actually must be the what is going to be available. Right now, we introduced the coins, but now then introducing the notes as well in this generation. Now it's going to be digital. Probably 2050, you must introduce the chips, where people, they can just only chip. Now, we don't need any notes anymore, because as you see that, like, according to the federal, to be honest, they only create 2.6% of the notes, the federal government. Then, now 97% could say 97%, 97.4% is used digitally. But 20 years ago, it used to be more dominant of the notes. But going back 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago, it used to be coins. We can come to see the evolution of this money,
Okay,
and how actually they want to control. Okay,
yeah, let's not take them to the money yet.
Okay, okay.
We're still on the coins.
We still owe money as well.
We owe money, so we're still way back. We're still,
Yeah.
during the times back then. So you home there, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and all three of them, they come and subscribe, because we're still growing. It's growth, it's vibes only, keeping positivity all the way up. Wait till we come back with part 2. Audi, Hamduskina Ken Komahe, and we out.